exiled Stuart kings of Great Britain. And the Stuarts were kings of Scots from 1371, and then in 1603, James VI, King of Scots, became also James I, King of England. That is when England officially became part of Scotland. Now, Stuarts were deposed in 1688. James VII of Scotland, 2nd of England, was deposed by the English Parliament because he was a Roman Catholic, and the English Parliament didn't want a Catholic king. They kicked him out. He went to live in France in exile. And while he was there, all his documents were signed in Latin. And the Latin form of James is Jacobus. So that's where the name Jacobite comes from. Now, there's various attempts to put them back on the throne. None succeed. But the one that comes closest is the one I was involved in. And that took place in 1745. And that was led by James's grandson, Charles Edward Stuart, better known to history as Bonnie Prince Charlie. And he's surely the only historical character I can think of that was named after 3 sheepdogs. Now, Charlie came to Scotland in July 1745, and his plan was to conquer Scotland, conquer England, capture London, get the king, cut his head off and take the crown. And to do that, he arrived here at the head of a huge army of 7 men. And he went to one of the Highland chieftains and asked for his advice, and he gave him a wonderful piece of advice. He said to him, "Your Highness, go home!" And Charlie, in his very best Scottish accent, turned round and said, "Qu'est-ce que c'est home? I am home." Aye, right, Charlie. He's never been here in his life. Bonnie Prince Charlie was brought up in Italy and France. He had never been to Scotland. But he's very persuasive. He gets people to do what he wants them to do. And that included my chieftain, who agreed to raise soldiers for Charlie. The chieftain came to me and he said, "Would you like to join the Jacobite army?" And I, of course, said, "No." I said, "No, I'm not interested. It's dangerous. People will shoot at me. I'm really not interested at all." He said, "Let me put it another way. Join the Jacobite army or I'll burn your house down." And that was the point I remembered. I'd always wanted to join the army. So I joined up and we marched south. We came to Edinburgh. We captured the town. We couldn't take the castle. And not far from here, we fought a battle at a place called Preston Pans. Now, to understand our worth as soldiers, you have to understand how battles are fought in the 1700s. Generally, you have a nice flat field. You have 2 armies, one at one side, one at the other. And you take it in turns to shoot each other. It's very civilised. And that's because the weapons they use is a single-shot musket, has to be reloaded after every shot. So by taking it turnabout, it keeps things nice and organised. We don't do that, we cheat. We are from the Highlands of Scotland. We like to fight on hills. Enemy at the bottom, us at the top. We are gentlemen. We let them fire first. Then we fire, but we don't reload. We throw away the guns and we haul out the swords. This, folks, is not a claymore. A claymore is a big 2-handed sword on a wooden stand at the side. Claymore is Gaelic. It means great cleaver. This is a broadsword. Both sides will be sharp. It's called a basket hilt because the basket is there to protect my hand. And the idea is that we charge down the hill and we take out as many people as we can. Now, who can I pick on? Oh, you've got that. Okay, well, I'm coming for you. Right, okay, so I'm charging. Yeah, you. Yeah, you. So I'm charged down the hill and I've come for you. The idea is I'm going to hurt you, but you're safe as long as these people are around the rifle. Because I can't come in that side and get them. I can't come in this side and get them. So you stay close to them, you're safe. We have a standoff situation. There's only one way out of it. It's nice and easy. Bang, I punch you in the nose with that part. Then I take the end of the sword. This is known as the pommel. We take the pommel and batter you repeatedly in the head with that to make it fall over. Then, because I'm a gentleman, I step back and apologise. Very sorry. Then I run you through. I love my job. It's great. So this is the basket-hilted broadsword. In the left hand I carry a targe, a shield. It's known as a targe. Sometimes it's got a 6-inch spike through the middle. I don't have one today for obvious reasons. And behind that, we carry one of these. This is known as a dirk. And the idea is it sticks out the bottom, so I get the sweeping movement. And the great thing is, the British government army of 1745 fights in 3 ranks. Oh look, I've got 3 weapons, how handy's that? So, you're the front rank, you're the second rank, and you're the third rank. So I come along, you get the spike in the base, bang, you get that, and you are the third rank, you get that. And we burst through and then roll up the flanks. We're shock troops. We punch through the enemy and roll up the flanks. We're very good at it. Battle of Preston Pans is over in less than 15 minutes. That's how good we are. We then march south into England, make it as far as Derby, and at Derby we hear there are 3 government armies coming towards us. Bonnie Prince Charlie calls a council of war, and at the council of war he shouts out, "Come my friends, we will march on to London." And the Scots say, "Wait a minute, there's 3 armies, we're outnumbered. No, we're going home." And from that point onwards, Bonnie Prince Charlie will not speak to the Scots. Now, we retreat north, we end up outside Inverness by April 1746, and we fight our final battle there at a place called Culloden Moor. There's no hill, it's flat, it's a terrible place for us to fight. And we stand for 15-20 minutes under heavy artillery fire before we get the order to charge. We charge across the field, hit the marshy ground, and it slows us down. And instead of punching through the government line, they hold us, bring their men round the side and shoot us from 2 angles. Eventually we break and run. And you'll notice they use the term government troops. It's a very popular myth that Culloden was a battle between the Scots and the English, and that's not true. There were more Scots fighting against Bonnie Prince Charlie than actually fought for him. Charlie then went off to the Highlands, spent a few months in hiding, and eventually a ship took him back to France, never to darken our door again. And I can't stand Bonnie Prince Charlie. We got a lot of people killed for no reason, and we've written a lot of romantic twaddle about him.